So why is China buying so much gold? Why are global central banks on a massive global gold buying spree to the level that we haven't seen it since the 60s, when we were transitioning from at least a quasi-gold-backed standard into a pure debt-based standard? Because whoever holds the gold retains their freedom, their choices, and their power. Honestly, it is just that simple. China is expected to continue to increase its official gold reserves as it builds international credibility for the yuan. Why would they do that? Because fiat money is based on a government's ability to have your confidence, and globally and in China as well, confidence, public confidence in those that are in power are declining. And so history shows us 100% of the time, when all confidence in the currencies are lost, what do governments do? They back the new currency at the end of the day with gold to get you, the public, to trust it again. And this is not a surprise. Nations have to be strategic as they diversify their holdings and can't just dump all the US dollars they're holding. So what they're trying to create in here is a planned demolition. Now, what happens, because the whole world has been forced to use US dollars if you're going outside of your borders to buy oil or lumber or medicine or food or anything. But we know that that trend has been shifting. It is really, frankly, at a critical mass now, heating up. If you are breaking into different economic blocks and tensions arising across the board, across the political spectrum, you want to get off those US dollar assets, your only choice is to buy gold. I mean, this has been proven for over 6,000 years. If you think that there might be something else, if you think this time might be different, maybe you're right, but maybe you're wrong. So why not do something that it doesn't matter whether you're right or whether you're wrong? And that, my friends, is gold. Why? Simply because gold is used across every single sector of the global economy. So 100% of the time, there is demand, and you have the broadest base of function and the broadest base of buyers. When you're going into the fight that we're going in, what do you want? You want something that only is used in one area? Or do you want something that has the broadest base of buyer? Plus, according to the Bank for International Settlements, gold held at home runs no geopolitical risk. That's what we need. That's what we all need right now. And keep in mind, it's been OPEC plus, and that plus is Russia. And it's been that way for a while. So this is not, everything seems to happen really slowly until it happens quickly. And that's what we're dealing with right now. And everything is getting repositioned. You know how your wealth should be repositioned? Right here, physical gold, physical silver in your possession, because these are things that are way beyond your control. But you also need food, water, energy, security, barterability, wealth preservation, community, and shelter to survive this transition, because the entire world is resetting into a new social, economic, and financial system. And those that hold their purchasing power intact will be those that can benefit from this transition. Usually it's just those in power. How about you become one of the ones in the know? And you do the same thing, because this is the only way that we can secure a positive future for our children. That and coming together in community and saying no. Remember, we vote with our purses and our wallets. So if you keep your wealth in the stock market, the bond market, the annuity market, all of that are fiat money. If that's where you're holding your wealth, that's your vote. And you're basically saying, okay, here, I'm volunteering my wealth for this transition. But if you take it out and you put it in physical gold and physical silver, and then you take possession of it, because we all know, if you don't hold it, you don't own it, regardless of your perception. If you don't hold this, then you have nobody to blame but yourself, because you are forewarned. And we have so much history that supports this. Central bank gold buying updates. So this is globally. 2023 sees the strongest start of the year in more than a decade. That's going back to the financial crisis, going back to 2010 when they went to a net positive buying level. Rising for the 11th month in a row. 11th month in a row. Have you been buying for 11 months in a row? The smartest guys on this fiat money system are buying gold as much as they can, as quickly as they can. And personally, I think you should always do what the smartest guys in the room are doing for themselves. Regardless of what they make that spot market look like. Because that is simply a contract market, and they can create as much gold that does not nor ever will exist as they want to. No big deal. Before they changed the accounting rules, I saw myself with my own eyes, unfortunately before I knew print screen, where for every 1 physical ounce of gold, the banks had created over 62,000 ounces of digital gold. You think that could suppress the visible price? But in the physical market, there's a finite amount, and people have been buying a whole lot more. Same thing with silver. Anything physical, there is a finite amount. And so what we've been seeing in this market are new highs coming up, breakouts happening. I've shown you this before. I'll show it to you again in the future. You just want to be quite clear. Don't look at this. The spot market does not represent the true fundamental value of an ounce of gold, which is substantially higher than this, maybe 15,000, maybe more. So this is truly undervalued. Here, this is a $20 bill, right? They take dollars that have no intrinsic value. They're used in one place. That's it in the financial system. And they revalue them against gold that is all intrinsic value because it's used across every single avenue of the global market, every single market, every single sector. That's when you will see gold begin to express to its fundamental value. So you want to get it now, like the central banks are doing it, while we still can. It really is, frankly, just that simple. And again, smartest guys in the room, buying it for themselves. Don't you think you should? Because it looks like they're prepping. Are you prepping? If not, get to it. We are running out of time. I'm just thankful that I started when I did with gold and silver 2002. When it was like $258 on the spot market, something like that. For food, water, energy, security, barterability, community, and shelter, 2010. And boy, because I knew the system died in 2008.